Hey Lachma Anya, Diachalu Avasana Barad Mitzrayim Kulu. This is the bread of poverty that our fathers ate in the land of Mitzrayim and so forth. Hineniz Karakosha B'Svarim. It's brought the question in Svarim. Mao Diachalu Avasana Barad Mitzrayim. What is this that our fathers ate in the land of Mitzrayim? Haloi v'yofu esabatzek lo haya ela acha yitzias Mitzrayim. This that they baked, this dough into matzah was only after they were going out of Mitzrayim. And the answer they give is difficult. And further, it's a question that in the Parshas Re'eh, that says there, bread of poverty, namar lechem, oni biki bichipazon yosasam eretz Mitzrayim. It says that we eat this bread because we left Mitzrayim in a hurry. Perush Rashi v'lo hispik abatzek lachmit. And Rashi says that the bread did not have time to rise. Im kain mevor kanal. If so, it's very clear. The hamatzah shenekre lechem oni. That the bread that we call the bread of poverty is the bread that they ate when we left Mitzrayim. If so, it's difficult. This that we say that it's what they ate in the land of Mitzrayim. To understand this, we should first preface the concept of going out of Mitzrayim, that every day a person is obligated to see themselves as if today, Hayom Yatzim Mitzrayim, he went out of Mitzrayim. And also this, that we mention going out of Mitzrayim in Kriyas Shema in the morning and in the evening. And also the concept of the question that's asked in Avodas HaKodesh Maviu B'Shalah, and the Shalah brings that the Torah connects all of the mitzvos as a remembrance to the going out of Mitzrayim. Now the Torah was prefaced to the creation of the world 2,000 years, so to speak. And certainly, even if there was no exile and subjugation of the Mitzrayim to Egypt, would still not be nullified, all of the mitzvahs that are written and the holidays and so forth. So why are they Zechel Yetzias Mitzrayim? However, the concept is that it's brought above concerning the idea of the two parshas of Shema, v'hayim shemoah, Shem Kabbalas Ol Malchus Shemaim v'Kabbalas Ol Mitzvos, that they are the acceptance of the yoke of heaven, and the acceptance of the yoke of mitzvos Shebechinas Kabbalas Ol Malchus Shemaim. That the concept of the acceptance of the yoke of heaven, Hainu Bechinas Malchus Ein Sof, that's Malchus of Ein Sof. Before Ishtalshalos for Bechinas Soviv Kol Almin Shalamayla Bechinas Oros HaMislabshim Bekelim Datzilos, this encompassing level of divinity that's beyond the lights that are enclosed in vessels in the world of Atzilus. Shezeu b'chinas or pnimi, that's a concept of an inner light, shakeli magbilim esaor, that the vessels hide the light, can find the light. K'maimer Shiur komarei shlamid vavalafim. Like the statement that the measure of creation is 236,000 parsas and so forth. So that's lights and vessels, a measure for the light. And that's the concept of the divinity that fills creation of al bechinas malchus shemayim, but the concept of the yoke of heaven, shemayim loshen makif, that the heavens are an idea that encompasses hainu bechinas soviv kol almin. That's the concept of the divinity that encompasses sheinu nigbal b'shum kli, that's not confined to any vessel or measure. Means when you have a contemplation about this level and reveal this into the soul. You draw down the love in a way with all your might, without end. Is higher than what the soul can handle. And through this love that's without boundary, this awakens the true level of without boundary, the encompassing divinity, the soviv kol almin, divinity as it encompasses creation. And through the acceptance of the yoke of mitzvahs, then you draw down a revelation of this aspect into the vessels that happen through Torah and mitzvahs. So close, Inyan Beis Pamim the Kriya Shema, and this is in general the two times we say Kriya Shema Shu B'chinas Ratzav V'Shov, which is going upwards and then coming back down. Or you're drawing down the light into the vessels. So first you go up and then you draw it back down. And that's why we end with in Kriya Shema with I took you out of the land of Mitzrayim. Because Mitzrayim is from the language of a boundary, and all the worlds. Our concept of a boundary in comparison to the infinite light, ability bagvul, that's without measure. Aval al yedei hala b'chol meodechel b'chinas soviv kol almin. But through going out beyond the boundaries of all the worlds to the divinity, the level of divinity as it encompasses creation, the soviv kol almin. Ability balgvul without a measure, so that's a concept of going beyond the measure and the boundaries that contain. And to explain the idea, we need to first understand what our sages said. That in a place where the Baal Tshuva stands, complete tzaddikim cannot stand. And we can preface by explaining the difference between the three kinds of love, with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. What do they mean? Because with all your hearts, Rashi explains that refers to the two inclinations, v'yitzer tov v'yitzer hara, or it's either that or Pirshu Rizal, because it's also in the Gemara. With your in brachos, with your two yitzers, with your good yitzer or yitzer hara, and with your bad yitzer. Then shekol koch v'otzim lahav rish be'esh boeda, all the strength of the fire of that burns for desire for stuff. Chalmini yitzer hara sheba'olam, and all inclination towards bad in the world. Hazeh kulo. Yislah, Yishafech, halahav kulo la'avas Hashem, so that desire should all be turned towards love for Hashem. And the way that brings a person to this kind of love, like it says, look, I've placed in front of you the life and the good and the death and the bad, and you should choose life. To love your Hashem, because everything in this world has a physicality to it and a spirituality to it. And the spirituality of it and the life force of it is good and life, and the physicality is death and bad, the opposite of life, and good. Because the physicality is something that gets ruined and rots or goes away, it's not everlasting. And through a person constantly thinking about this, that it's like it says, look and see this, that you should see it. It's called that just like the physicality of each thing is incomparable to the spirituality of it, that gives it life, so too, and even more so, who is the state of nullification of all the spirituality and all the physicality in comparison to the infinite may be blessed, because he's your life, that is the source and the life of life, and therefore from this you'll be drawn to have the love. Through contemplating on this, with both your inclinations, that even the bad inclination will change to loving Hashem, since He is your life. And just like it'll be in the time to come to receive, because then I will change to the nations a clear speech, that even all the idol worshippers, that they are the source for all the physical desires and so forth, perhaps the Shmari Ofanim and so forth, the Ein Sarim, El Amim. So the nations should, they will have a clear speech, meaning to say, changing of darkness to light. That's what it means, that they will all call to Hashem, and to serve Him as one. What does it mean, Shem, like a shoulder? That is the concept of the back, Basar Kasvin, the back of the shoulders. Like it says that you, Hashem, have turned their hearts backwards. So Shem, the back, which is represents the idea of going away from Hashem, usually that will change, that Shem will also be Echad, will also represent the concept of Hashem Echad. For the Shem, and so meaning to say that also the nations, which were all the concept of the source for Taivos, and the Achoraim, and the desire for other things, that will change to good, Lasi Lavo, that through in the time to come will be revealed the honor of Hashem, and all flesh will see, with a clear vision, how he is your life, and this is the idea of that you should love, which is a language of command, v'gam lashon asid. Also, it's a language of in the future tense. It's a command, and you will in the future tense, like a promise. That is to say that in the future you will indeed love with all your hearts, because no one who's pushed away will be pushed away. With all of your soul. So that's that even the bad will love Hashem, even the nations will change, and even the Achoraim and Taifas will change to good and to desire good. And so what about the second level then? Is an even higher love, because that's a love to have a divine revelation. That's drawn from above to below into the soul. And this is through Torah. That through this it's drawn into and spreads out to all the strengths of the soul, in thought and speech and action, and change into an arousal from above, which is not the case with all your hearts. Who is seduced? That's more of an arousal from below. That through this will be aroused from above the concept of his wisdom and his will, how he is wise but not with a knowable wisdom. That the Torah is his wisdom and his will. Only that the Torah has been enclosed in physical things. And that's the concept of to call in Torah. And that's why Rav Sheshes says that my soul rejoices in you. For you do I read, for you do I learn. So this is a revelation of Chachmas of Ritzono downwards. Mikara ki avid inish adaita de nafshe kavi, that when a person learns, first they learn according to their own knowledge. Shatorah nasinas koach va'oz b'nefesh lios tzrura b'tzurachaim. That the Torah gives strength into the soul to be attached into the bundle of life as a vayam mamash v'zeh adaita de nafshe. And this is that it does it for the sake of, for the knowledge of his own soul. That meaning to say that his nefesh should be tied up and attached to its source and root. That's a daita de nafshe, that you learn in order so that your neshama, your nefesh should be attached. That's b'chol nafshecha. Zeh b'chol b'chinas b'chol nafshecha, k'mo shekos b'piral pasuk yata ki nir mitzvah Chanukah. And look what's brought an explanation on the pasuk near mitzvah and Chanukah. And in Ksav Yad, Elf Arba'im V'Tesha, there's a kitzer, the spor Kushios Diachalo Ba'arad Mitzrayim. It's explained that the question that they ate in the land of Mitzrayim, Mashakos of Lachmoni, and this that it's called the bread of poverty, ki bichipazon, that we left quickly, v'nin shaychus, yitzias Mitzrayim tafkel kol mitzvos. And we asked the question about what connection does going out of Mitzrayim have to all the mitzvos v'yaktim, de b'kriyashma. And we preface that in Kriyashma Chos, Yitzias Mitzrayim, we end with going out of Mitzrayim, Shum Shikra Kriya Shema Kabbalah Ol Malchus Shemayim, because the end of the idea of Kriya Shema in general is the acceptance of the yoke of heaven. Let's say with all your might to go out of the boundary and so forth. And that's the concept of tshuva. And because there's three concepts of love, with all your heart, that's what your two yetzers, through seeing and choosing life, just like in the time to come, where you'll have a clear speech and so forth of all the nations, but the second is with all of your soul, that you're doing it on al das, your nefesh, with the intention for your nefesh to be Torah b'Torah Chaim.